Alright, what's up you guys? We're back with another video playing against the Minnesota Vikings this week. They're the last team in our division at 4-8. And because this is a huge game that we have to win in our division, we are going to be wearing our black jerseys. And we're going to be starting on defense here, kicking off to the Vikings. A.J. Cole locked up for 5 years on the team. And Jamal Agnew on the return, but he's just going to take a knee. And they're going to be starting out at the 25. And again, we mostly got to worry about their run game. They do not have a great passing offense. And they're running the football to start off with. And Kamara gets tackled immediately. Everyone's in the backfield. And so far we're doing great on run support. And again, they do not have a great passing offense. Matt Stafford, not bad. But a little halfback draw again here. And we're on it. And it's going to be 3rd and 14. Huge loss. This is a guaranteed passing down at this point. And this is our second meeting with the Vikings. We had won our first. That one was not on the channel, though, because of... Oh, Surtain with his 4th pick of the season. Finally, it happens. And can he get anything after? He cannot, but just a prayer thrown up by Matt Stafford on 3rd and 14, and that is a bad interception. I love seeing Surtain get another pick. First pick in a while for him. But, yeah, in the game that wasn't featured on the channel in the beginning of the season, we beat the Vikings, and this is a comeback home game for Kirk Cousins, playing against his old rival team. Of course, this game's at home, so really not coming back home, but they're playing here, and this is against his old team, so in-division rivalry is still definitely important. Ramondre underneath. Can he get a couple yards after the catch? Gains a couple extra yards. It's going to be 2nd and 6. Run a little single back formation here. We're going to run a little play action and see if we can get... Oh, Mercedes Lewis is in on this formation. I don't like that. But it is triple tight ends in on this formation. Juwan Johnson with the catch underneath for only 2 yards. And I like Cooper Kupp over the middle here. And we get it to Cooper. And he's able to take it down to the 8-yard line there. I was kind of looking for Colby over the middle, but it was a little too dangerous to throw that pass. I noticed it a little bit too late. We got Julio on a little bit of a double move here. Coming across the middle. He's working back outside, and he was going to be open, but we do not have enough time for that route to develop, getting him back out to the sideline. We're going to run a little bit of a bench route here. I do think, or bench concept, I think this might be man defense. It looks like it's zone. And we're scrambling again with Kirk here. He's able to throw a good pass to Jameson, and Jameson brings it down to the 9-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 9 now. And potentially, I like to see Jameson on this one as well. Going over to the middle. Can he get his feet down? He doesn't go out of bounds. He stays in, and it is a TD to Jameson. Definitely a dangerous pass with so many DBs sitting back in the end zone. But, you know, Kirk Cousins able to actually throw a laser in there to Jameson, and he catches it. And we start off with a 7-0 lead after the interception by Patrick Surtain. And I'm feeling like, especially after that interception by Matt Stafford at home, we have so much momentum already. I feel like this could be a blowout in the making as long as we continue to tee off on defense. And they run a jet sweep, and Devin McCourty is down there, forcing a loss of yards on the run by Jamal Agnew. And they're running a run outside here. Christian Harris able to get the edge, but Alvin Kamara brings it back up the middle for a gain of 16 yards. Great run by Kamara, but Mecole is down with an injury. Run a little bit of a man blitz here in base 3-4. And Kamara, wondering, kind of watching him for screen passes, but Jamal Agnew able to get open over the middle. Isaiah Simmons eventually gets up with the tackle. And Matt Stafford able to complete his first pass of the game. Gonna watch the drag, and he is able to complete it here, and they're picking up extra yards, getting it down to 31. It's gonna be 2nd and 1. We're playing cover 2, but he's still able to complete that drag route underneath. On 2nd and 1, we're watching underneath. They throw it kind of to the flat here. Jamal Agnew able to break a tackle. Isaiah Simmons eventually comes down and lays the wood, and it's 1st and 10. Jamal Agnew with 2 catches for 30 yards already. And again, you know, they are able to pass the ball on us right now, but we, again, need to be worried about the run game. Kamara stiff-arming a couple people. carrying DeMarcus Lawrence on his back there. 4 carries for 17 yards. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter, 7-0 in favor of us. And we got them right where we want them right now. Head in possession. We do get the ball to start the second half, but we do need to get a stop here in the red zone. We're in a little bit of a trip. Christian Harris trying to get to the hole, but he's not able to get there. Christian Harris was fantastic in, hitting the hole and just playing great run defense early in the season, but has been struggling lately, almost kind of, overrunning some of the opportunities to get easy tackles for loss. But he does not disappoint there, getting in on the jet sweep and forcing another loss. We're trying to run that same jet sweep with Jamal Agnew, and Christian Harris came in like a rocket for the tackle. Huge play. Just as I was saying, he was not great in run defense so far. And they're looking outside, and it's an incompletion by noodle arm Matt Stafford. 3rd and 13. They got to pass it in this situation. We're going to play back. We got Browning in coverage, which worries me a little bit. I'm playing over the top. They're throwing it underneath. Tariq with a sure tackle down at the 5, and we are going to force a field goal here unless they're bold enough to go for a TD. They're not. It's going to be a field goal. And a great tackle to start that set of downs by Christian Harris on the jet sweep. Puts us in great position for the rest of the couple plays, and we force them to a field goal. On the kick return here 2 weeks ago, still going to say we got a kick return touchdown, which I was very excited about with Marquise Goodwin. And we're going to keep bringing it out here, hopefully doing something with it, but not even able to get back to the 20 on that play. Starting out at the 17, Malik Willis talking with Kirk Cousins a little bit before the drive. On his last drive, 5 for 5, very solid. And I'm hoping that Malik Willis is, learning from Kirk Cousins a little bit, and not too much though. Kirk has not played very well. He's not like a Hall of Fame talent right now, but I'm hoping that he learned a little bit. Julio with the toe tap on the sideline, able to hold it and get in bounds. And Kirk has not thrown a single incompletion at this point. But yeah, I'm hoping that Malik Willis is able to, kind of play a little bit. Maybe at the end of the season, or if we get some garbage time. I want him to get some more reps. Cordarrelle over the middle, able to make one-man miss before getting down at the 41-yard line, and the Vikings defense is making it look easy right now. Nick Bosa not getting too much pressure, although he did almost come up with a sack on that play. And Cooper over the middle, able to get his hands on it and get the completion down to the 28. And we are making easy work of this Vikings secondary. And we could be running the football. I don't really feel the need to right now, especially because Ramondre is not in. Oh, throwing it over the top, and Jameson again, just getting past that second level, getting past the linebackers, just throwing it over their heads. And it has been easy so far. Okay, we've got Ramondre and Juszczyk in for a play here on a little bit of a power O. We got some good blocks. Eventually getting gang tackled down at the 5. Ramondre on his first carry, only 2 yards. Down to the 2-minute warning here. This is a chance for us to break away, score another touchdown, and take a 14-3 lead, and we need to capitalize on this. The division rests on us being able to play well here. In the back left corner, it gets deflected. Almost a touchdown to Cooper Kupp, but just barely deflected by the DB, getting back on it in the back left corner of the end zone. We're going to run it with Ramondre here. Can he pick up his 4th touchdown of the season? He cannot. Out from the 5 was a little bit risky. Could have done a draw instead to maybe throw off the defense a little bit there, but we tried to go for the straight run play, and it did not work out. We could take a full touchdown lead here, but I'm going for it. We're being aggressive at the 3-yard line. I'm not afraid of the Vikings. They have a losing record. Colby able to hold on to it, getting bumped all over on the drag, but he's able to finally get some separation and gets the touchdown, and Colby has been a revelation at tight end. One thing I worry about a little bit with how Colby has been playing towards the end of the season is, our number 1 prospect we're looking at is Quentin Posey from Ohio State at tight end. Oh, and they're running a screen here, and they're able to block early, and Surtain gets the outside, finally able to take down Alvin Kamara after getting the first down. But, Quentin Posey is our number 1 prospect, but, I'd hate to bench Colby because he is playing so well at this point. It's just that Quentin Posey is such a versatile prospect that he could be even a receiver for us, it looks like. He's got a skill set that, I just want on the field no matter what. And Colby has definitely a unique skill set as well. It's just, it's going to be difficult to decide what we do in the draft at tight end, especially because we have 4 tight ends right now that are... It's a big tight end room with a lot of solid tight ends, but not a superstar. And I think Quentin Posey could be that superstar. Watching the out here, the quick curl. Playing Kamara. Getting to the back of the end zone. Tariq Woolen with his 2nd interception of the season in the back corner of the end zone. Takes it out. Can we get some blockers? And he gets horse collar down at the 22. A minute left. And, Matt Stafford is just throwing out freebies at this point. That had no chance, and he just tossed it up anyways, being ultra aggressive when he doesn't need to be. And we got a bunch of receivers open. Oh, did he get his feet in? He did. Great job by Cooper Kupp, but yeah, the entire field is open right now. This Vikings secondary is not playing a bit of defense. I think they're demoralized, and Colby streaking downfield, like I said earlier, having a fantastic second half of the season. When he's been getting opportunities, he's been making the most of them. Throwing underneath the quarter rail. Can he make a man miss? He cannot. We're going to call our first time out here. We got 30 seconds left, and if we score another touchdown here, this might be already a done deal, and we'll be able to get Malik Willis some reps if we score a TD, possibly. Underneath, got Cooper, and he gets tackled swiftly at the 28-yard line. We're going to call our second timeout. It's going to be 3rd and 6 here. Again, I would love to score a touchdown so we could get Malik Willis some playing time. So let's go ahead and be aggressive on this play. And we had a couple receivers open there, but we get to Cordarrelle for the first. 20 seconds left. We're going to call our last timeout. We're going to take some shots at the end zone here. We don't want a similar situation against like we had against the Jaguars, where we cannot get into the end zone. Almost intercepted, batted away. On 2nd and 10, they're saying that we want to go for a field goal. Not yet. Now, Colby's been playing so well so far. I'm thinking he might be able to get in the end zone again here. They got their safeties split out. It looks like they're in some sort of cover 2. They are in cover 2. Colby wide open over the middle. And he has been a great target in this game. Getting wide open. And that wasn't cover 2. It was cover 6. But regardless, 2 safeties got split down the middle by Colby Parkinson. And we've only run the ball twice, but we have not needed to really run the ball in this game. Alright, and we're going into the second half because right now it is 24-3. And, if you missed when we scored the last 3, honestly, there's 15 seconds left, so I simmed a half, and we scored another field goal off of a turnover. Jameson Williams streaking downfield. He might be gone. He gets his hands on it, but it's just not leading him quite far enough on the pass. I may have needed to bullet that one instead of lofting it, doing a lob pass, but you live and you learn. Throwing it up to Colby. Can he beat the linebacker one-on-one? Gets his hands on the ball, but drops it. 3rd and 10. Run a little 4 verts here, and we are getting very pass happy. I definitely see that, but we are just playing so well. And Colby with another catch, just falling to the ground after. Doesn't want to get hit. And we are just having so much success throwing the football. This is unlike we've played all season. I think we're starting to finally get some chemistry. Little play action here. Don't know who would bite on the play action at this point, but Jameson streaking across the field. Tries to go for a hurdle, can't get it. Down at the 17. Little run with Ramondre, and they're able to break through immediately, but Ramondre with the stiff arm throwing the D lineman off of him. I tried to make a play with Kirk Cousins' legs, but that was a mistake. 3rd and 30 here. Could we get Colby another TD? Is it possible? I'm going to go ahead and motion Kupp over. And we're going to see if we can get Colby open on this. Looks like it's straight up man. And they get a little bit too much pressure before we can get the pass off. There were some opportunities there. They would have been a little bit aggressive. Could have gone for a Moss with Colby, but decided not to. We're going to take the field goal instead. But I think at this point, 27-3, we're going to go ahead and put Malik Willis in for this next series. Now, we potentially have the answer at tight end in the draft, and we potentially have the answer on the team already. But there are other positions that still need to be filled. We're still looking for a QB. Malik Willis may be that QB. He may not be. They're running the ball with Kamara again here. Big hit by Isaiah Simmons, and Alvin Kamara is able to hold on to the ball despite getting just absolutely rocked on that play. 2nd and 9 here. I feel like this will be a pass. We'll see. And they're throwing it out to their tight end. We push them out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd and 5. But, you know, we have a solution at tight end potentially. QB is still an issue, and we're looking at, you know, Alan Hearns or Adam Hearns out of Kent State, and we're looking at Marco Keaton and a couple other QBs. Christian Harris in great coverage here, and we're able to get pressure on Matt Stafford. He's going to be incomplete, and a punt is upcoming. And then at safety, we have Devin McCourty now. You know, we traded for him with LaMarcus Joyner. LaMarcus Joyner was, you know, just definitely a liability at free safety. But he is not the long-term solution. I'm not sure how many more years he's going to be playing. But here we go. Malik Willis on his first drive here in a 27-3 game. Not being thrown into much adversity here. This is a, you know, pretty easy Vikings defense to score against. And we're going to try to get him going, you know, getting Ramondre the football a little bit here. Not putting too much pressure on him to start the game, to start the second half with him. But when the first time we started him in the second half, he, you know, had major struggles, throwing 2 interceptions. But, you know, Colby Parkinson has just been, I mean, I can't say any more good things about it. He's just been great. You know, he's been just a safety net at tight end for us right now. But, you know, we want to make sure that Malik Willis has plenty of chances to be, you know, set up for success with, like, the top wide receivers on the team. We don't want to have him playing with the bench. We don't want to have him playing against, oh, we're almost able to break it away, but we're not quite. It's going to be 3rd and 2. And I'm not too worried about using a timeout here. I don't want to no-huddle this. I want to get a first down. But, you know, I want to put Malik Willis in a situation where he is set up for success because his confidence may be hurting a little bit with 0 touchdowns and 2 picks so far. We want to make sure, let's see, we're going to give it off to Ramondre here. Picks up the first. Fantastic. We want to make sure that he, you know, this game needs to be good for him. We want to continue to boost him up in overall, of course. We want to make sure that he's getting better. But we want to make sure, too, that, oh, no, oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. That was such a bad option out to Ramondre. I threw it straight backwards instead of throwing it sideways to Ramondre, letting him run with the ball. And just as I'm saying, we want Malik Willis to be set up for success, a tragic fumble occurs, and now they're going to score their first touchdown of the game off of a fumble 6, and they're going for 2 here to try to make it a game with a second left in the quarter. And they are able to complete the 2-point conversion. It's going to be 27-11. They're kind of backing this game a little bit off of that. I'm not going to bench Malik Willis, though. That would only hurt his confidence even more. But, you know, that was a risky-ish play. I thought we could get him involved a little bit in the read option game because we can utilize his speed as a runner. And that was probably the worst thing that could have happened for him. You know, it's not as bad as him throwing an interception, but a turnover nonetheless is definitely going to hurt the confidence a little bit. And we got Jameson wide open here. Saw it a little bit late, so he had to stop and kind of grab it on the sideline there and get his feet in and just fall out of bounds. But still a great pass off the run. We got Julio underneath getting some yards, making it real easy for Malik Willis right now. After that fumble, we just need to get a scoring drive together to make him feel a little bit better. Running a bench concept here. Looking for Cooper on the left side. And we get in the back left corner, and it gets just tipped away, just barely. The corners are consistently getting tipped. Got it kind of like high-pointed almost to even get it through past the DB. And Cooper over the middle, but underneath, Julio is open, or Jameson's open actually, and he's able to break a tackle, getting down to the 13. 5 for 6 for 105 yards, not bad, but we need to finish this drive off with a TD. And they're showing double A gap pressure with the linebackers. And we're going to fake it. We're going to run it. Jameson with a good block. Doing one juke. It was a little bit risky not to go down there and slide. We decided to stay upright, and it could have been a fumble, but he held on to it, which is fantastic. Now it's 2nd and 2 at the 5. We're in a great position here. We could go ahead and run it, but we want to get Malik Willis involved, get him a TD. And Jameson streaking wide open, and this is his first TD of his career, Malik Willis. And so finally getting Malik Willis his first touchdown pass is, definitely huge for his development. In a game like this where the stakes are not super high because it's kind of a blowout, it's good. And Matt Stafford just took way too long to throw that ball. He was wide open on that crosser. We're going to play man coverage here in base 3-4, so we're going to have a little bit of a mismatch on the tight end, it looks like. I'm going to play underneath. They got the corner route open, but we got enough pressure on Matt Stafford. It's going to be 3rd and 10. And our defense has downgraded a little bit from 24 to 25 after playing the Jags, but playing great so far in this game versus the Vikings. And we're going to do a little bit of a man blitz here again, providing some pressure. Christian Harris, though, is going to drop back into coverage, and it's a screen. And Christian Harris get there. He can't quite get the big hit on Kamara. Kamara able to break a couple tackles, almost gets the first down on his own. But on 4th and 2, it looks like they're going to be going for it. And this is where we need to get a stop. And on the out, able to complete the first. We didn't have much time to react to that. Braxton Berrios with the catch. And we're back in coverage. Everything looks like it's covered right now. He's lofting it up. Surtain can't get to it, though. And they're able to get the first down and more on the pass. That was just just an audible right there. Just scrambling out to the right, throwing it off the run with Matt Stafford. And now they're in empty shotgun here. They got a bunch of receivers out wide. We're still in base 3-4, so this is a little bit of a mismatch. I'm watching over the middle. They throw it into the flat. That's fine. They're passing so much. I'm going to get back into big nickel here. Trying to create a mismatch. I'm a little bit worried. Let's see if we can force a fumble here. We can't quite strip Jamal Agnew. And they're just sitting there on the flat. He doesn't move at all, but he's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be an incompletion, 2nd and 10. And at this point, they're just playing for pride. This game is all but over. And we just want to get another stop here. Further solidify this defense. But Kamara's open over the middle. We get a big hit with Isaiah Simmons, but he stumbles forward down to the 2. And it's going to be a pass. We got pressure, though, with Tariq. Tariq getting another sack. It's a pass again. They're running no huddle with a minute left. They're trying to catch us off balance. We're covering everything. Kamara, though, catches it. We got to stop him. Down at the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal. They're going for it again. And they are just, running no huddle relentlessly here. And Kamara finally gets open on the halfback route. Doing a little bit of a fake pass block and then going out for a route, like a little curl or something. And they're going to go for a 2-point conversion here, try to make it a little bit closer. Christian Harris could not get back there in coverage. He was just dead tired. They were just no-huddling him to death. And eventually, we get there for the sack with Max Crosby. Matt Stafford had no one to throw it to. And I don't imagine they're going to onside it, but I'm prepared for it. Yeah, they're not going to onside it. This game, like I said, is all but over, but we're going to go ahead and try to get Malik Willis a couple more reps. Just run a regular offense. We're not going to nail it out here. And Jameson, I was talking about how he's been, kind of lacking in stats the last couple of games, only getting, 50 receiving yards, but he's been getting TDs. But this game, just a perfect performance here. 7 catches, 135 yards, and 2 TDs is fantastic. And Jameson could be gone again here. Can he get to it? He gets his hands on it, and he breaks away for another touchdown. Now, that's definitely unsportsmanlike, but who cares? Malik Willis with an absolute bomb to Jameson Williams, and that's what we've been waiting for all season. And Jameson has been looking so good. 3 TDs in this game and over 200 receiving yards at this point, and Malik Willis with a major confidence booster in a game that was already decided. I'm sure the Vikings players are pissed. 30 seconds left in a single back formation here. I just imagine they're going to run it. They're not too worried about trying to push the ball down the field. They're actually still passing here. I guess that makes sense. They're probably pissed about what we just did to them. Isaiah Simmons, though, with the wrap-up tackle, throwing Jamal Agnew out of bounds. It's going to be second and inches, and they do use a timeout here in a game that's definitely over. 41-17. They have no chance of coming back, but they're upset. They're upset after that last play. And we get another tackle here with Kenneth Murray, and they call another timeout. Yeah, they are pissed. They want to score a TD, and we are not going to let them score a TD. Tariq dropping back. They got somebody over in the flat. That was sort of my zone, but I don't want to give up a long pass. They use another timeout on what I feel like was already a receiver that was out of bounds. We're going to drop back into man coverage here. And dang, Surtain's not able to play great coverage there. And with 8 seconds left, they're going to run out of time to actually snap it. And we do win the game 41-17 with an absolutely insane performance from Jameson Williams. And Colby Parkinson had himself a game as well. We're going to get into the stats here. And Kirk Cousins with almost a perfect passer rating. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 18 for 23. Malik Willis coming in 7 for 8. Perfect passer rating, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Almost replicating what Kirk Cousins had in less time. Rushing the ball, we barely had to run at all. We really, we didn't need to run it at all, and we really didn't. We had 7 carries for, 14 yards. But why run it when the passing game is just there, and Jameson is just going insane with 8 catches for 210 yards and 3 TDs. Just a career game. I'm not sure he's going to ever be able to match that again. 210 receiving yards. Colby Parkinson with 99 receiving yards himself. Almost getting to 100 there with 2 TDs. Definitely his best performance of his career. Cooper Kupp, 72 receiving yards of his own. A very solid game. No touchdowns. And then, did anyone else have a good game? Julio with 2 catches for 33. That's about what you can expect from him. Cordarrelle with 3 for 30. And then Juwan Johnson and Ramondre each with a catch. On defense here, leading the way in tackles was Isaiah Simmons. And then Surtain had 6 and Tariq had 5. Sacks, Tariq Woolen had a sack and a pick. And Surtain also had a pick. Both of them playing so well for us. After the game, we have upgrades for Trey Hendrickson and Jameson Williams. Jameson, we're going to upgrade his deep threat one more time here to get it up to 80, and he is now up to an 81 overall. Gets another speed upgrade, so that means he's now at 99 speed and 95 excel. We also get an upgrade for Trey Hendrickson, and we're going to upgrade his run stopping, making him a very balanced right end, able to do a little bit of power rushing, finesse rushing, and run stopping. Now, that puts us at 9-4 in the division. The Bears are also 9-4. We're going to go ahead and see what the division and the playoff picture is looking like next week. And so the Bears did have a bye, so it's going to be stuck at 9-4. Just a deadlock between the Bears and us. Obviously, the Bears right now have the tiebreaker, having beaten us once already this season, 27-2. Although we do play them in Week 17 coming up here in 2 weeks, and then we play the Packers after that. Looking at the weekly awards, Jameson Williams obviously getting Offensive Player of the Week, getting 8 receptions for 210 yards and the 3 receiving touchdowns. Now, we are going to go ahead and play our second game here against the Jets in this episode because we want to make sure we get to the playoffs as quickly as we can. And the Jets are 7-6. We're going to go through the weekly strategy here, and they have Aaron Rodgers, which is kind of funny because there's actually some speculation right now that he may go to the Jets next season, but we're going to go ahead and focus on defending the short pass. I'm not too worried about the deep pass. I'm going to worry about the short pass for now. And on defense, they have Devin White, very good defending middle linebacker, very fast. And looking at their kind of defensive stats, they do not give up a lot of passing yards, and they have Darius Slay as well. I think I'm going to... it's hard to say based off how well we played against the Vikings passing the ball if we want to get back to our old ways of running the football anymore. But we're going to go ahead and say that we're going to stick to running the ball right now. And we still have our 3 different focus players, Christian Harris, Jameson Williams, and Tariq Woolen. And we have a couple upgrades after the practice. We have Patrick Surtain has an upgrade to a 92 overall. I'm going to upgrade his man coverage here. And, you know, a 92 overall, only 22 years old, just an absolute beast at corner. Kyron Johnson, after moving him to linebacker, he has an upgrade now, which is nice. The thing is, yeah, he's 65 speed rusher. I'm going to work on his pass coverage because that's what I see him being on the team if he ever gets PT, is being more of a traditional outside linebacker at 6 feet tall. I do not see him being a, 3-4 pass rushing outside linebacker as much as I see him being a coverage linebacker. But I could be wrong. Amari Barno, a right end that is also very fast, is a rookie from Virginia Tech. He is potentially going to actually be a speed rusher. I kept him at right end for that reason, so we upgrade that on him. And then Cade York, our kicker, we're just going to upgrade his power. So at QB, they have Aaron Rodgers. Halfback, they have Kenneth Walker and Rachaad White. At wide receiver, they have Mike Evans, Tyler Boyd, and Paris Campbell, and Alec Pierce. Tight end, they have Taysom Hill and Tyler Kroft. The O-line looks really good. They have Christian Barmore, Aiden Hutchinson, and Neville Gallimore. So they have a young D-line, and Aiden Hutchinson is fantastic. Gerard Davis at left outside linebacker. Devin White at middle linebacker with Avery Williamson backing up. Tyus Bowser. Tyus Bowser. They got Nate Hobbs, they got Teron Johnson, and they got Darius Slay at corner. So great corners on the team. Terrell Burgess, and then Jalen Hawkins at safety. Aaron Rodgers having a good season, 26 touchdowns and 12 picks. And to start the game, we're going to be receiving here. And we're going to see if we can duplicate our offensive performance against the Vikings, against the Jets here. Of course, they do have Darius Slay. Ooh, good block there. And we get it out to the 25. They do have Darius Slay, and they do have Devin White. Looks like their coverage, their pass coverage is pretty good. We're on the ball here with Ramondre and getting stuffed immediately. The run game has been tough lately. It hasn't been much of a concern because the pass game has been so good. But, yeah, Ramondre has been struggling as of late, getting going. Throwing it to Cooper, able to get back to the ball before the corner can get there, before Darius Slay can get there. And we got Cooper over the middle, getting one stiff arm off, getting up to the 46-yard line. 2nd and 2. In man coverage, Jameson getting open, able to catch the ball with Nate Hobbs in tight coverage on him. And we're in a little bit of no huddle here. Probably shouldn't be. We got Julio streaking over the middle on the drag, able to catch it, get a couple extra yards, getting down to the 24, 2nd and 3. And, they do have great corners, and I do worry about them playing a lot of man coverage, but they're in zone right now, and Jameson over the middle, open again. Down to the 6-yard line already, and our offense is having a lot of success right now. Jameson already at 40 receiving yards on the first drive. We're in a little halfback counter. Blocking is looking good, getting down to the 3. And I really want to get Ramondre another rushing touchdown. I actually feel bad that he has so few rushing TDs this season. We got to get him in the end zone. And again, look, the blocking is just not there. When we get to the red zone, it just falls apart. And it's 2 carries for -2 yards. Is very unlike this offense early in the season. Now, we can't play around on 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line and run Ramondre, even though I want to. We're going to see what's available here. And Jameson able to catch it. The corner basically ran the route for him on that play, able to get it down to the 1. And again, we're going to be aggressive here, and we are going to go for it. And this is potentially Ramondre's 4th rushing TD of the season. If we can get some push on the O-line for once. And it looks like it's going to be a false start. Try to get the D-line off balance, and we get a false start. And so we're going to take the field goal instead. I was feeling good about that one. I felt like Ramondre may have a chance to score a TD. But instead, we end up with a field goal after the false start. Aaron Rodgers has a great couple of weapons here on the Jets. He's got Mike Evans, and he's got Kenneth Walker. And they're going to run the ball with Kenneth Walker to start out with. And Christian Harris, great job exploding through the hole and getting the tackle, keeping Kenneth Walker to a gain of 0 yards. And they're going to send Ken Walker out wide here. So this is definitely a pass play. And they're throwing it up, and Tariq can't get to it, despite being 6'4", having great vert and speed. Cannot get his hands on the ball, and that is going to be a catch for Paris Campbell. I'm kind of surprised that Tariq was not able to locate the ball and get an interception on that play. Got Mike Evans in motion here. I'm watching over the middle. They got a couple slants. They throw it to the flat. They complete the pass for a gain of 3. And right now, Aaron Rodgers is just kind of dinking and dunking on us. He's just throwing it all around to different receivers for short yardage. But Ken Walker here on the run. Isaiah Simmons coming down and laying a huge hit on Ken Walker again. But they're able to pick up the first. And that is the end of the quarter already. And we are now in the second quarter. It's going to be 3-0. And they're in strong right now. We bring a safety down. And they're going to run to the left here. We're trying to cover the outside. Bring him back in. And Devin McCourty, I think, did a great job there stopping Rachaad White. Now it's going to be 2nd and 10. We're playing a little bit of man coverage here. I'm kind of worried about Taysom Hill running. Oh, he's on a drag, and he is open. Christian Harris, though, comes in with the tackle. It's going to be 3rd and 2. I can't believe Taysom Hill got open on Christian Harris, just running a drag like that. They're in shotgun again here. Going to run the ball with Kenneth Walker. Coming down, and he cannot squeak through, but he is eventually going to roll over his O-lineman. Didn't ever touch the ground with his knee. And they're going to pick up the first down after just, sitting there for a couple seconds. They got single back here. Got 3 receivers out to the left. And it's going to be a pass. I'm watching Mike Evans, and he's on a zig, and he beats Tariq back outside. And it's going to be another first down. I was playing the drag the whole time, but Tariq was not able to play outside on that route, and he got beat back outside on the zig. And now they're in kind of a jumbo formation here. Christian Harris breaking through the hole again, doing a great job. Christian Harris with 3 tackles already for us, doing a great job in the running game. And it looks like it's a run here, a counter. And Devin McCourty able to kind of hold him off until he could get support to get that tackle. And they're going to be down at the 2-yard line, running a little bit of single back here, kind of like a jumbo formation. We're going to full out run commit at this point. On the 2, and they're passing it. I'm watching outside over the middle. And we should not have run commit there. I thought it might be a little foolish to do it, but I was just, I don't know what I was thinking. Bad decision by me. They score the TD, and 11 plays, 74 yards. We were not able to get them off the field. It took 5 minutes off the clock on that drive, and now we got to come out and answer on offense. So far, the passing game has been fantastic. We got stopped in the run game though, so I'm not abandoning the running game yet, but it's certainly something that we don't have to do. And when we're down, we have less incentive than ever to run the ball. And we got Colby out wide. We jump back in, and we are able to. Colby getting a little shifty there. And we pick up the first down. There's 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. We're going to run Ramondre here. Kind of run out the 2-minute warning. And, man, nothing, it's being indecisive, but it's also just nothing being open. There's no gaps. It feels like there's a gap, but Ramondre's not able to get there in time before the gap closes. Okay, we're in a kind of a balanced formation here, running a reverse bench. I like Cooper to get open underneath, and he does. And he carries his defender just far enough to get the first down. We got plenty of time. No need to use a timeout at this point. We can work the clock down. And this is looking like man, potentially. I don't think it is. I think it's zone. Jameson comes up with the catch down at the 40. And Kirk Cousins, just insane accuracy these last couple of games. 9 for 9 so far. Run a little pistol here. A little play action here with Cordarrelle. He gets a huge block. And Cooper Kupp is wide open, streaking down the field. And it's an easy touchdown. Cordarrelle with the huge block on the defender, running right at Kirk Cousins. And Kirk throwing a perfect ball to Cooper Kupp. And Cooper running a perfect route, destroying his defender in man coverage. And, oh my god, we just barely make the PAT, taking the 10-7 lead with a minute left here. And based off of how the Jets were kind of running their offense on their last drive, I think they're probably going to have to move away from running the ball so much and dinking and dunking if they want to score with a minute left. They do have all 3 timeouts, though, so we'll see what they come out here with. Again, Christian Harris was great defending the run in that last drive. I don't think they're going to be running nearly as much here. Watching everything underneath. They throw it to the second drag. Mike Evans with the catch. And they utilize their first timeout on their first play here. So it's still a minute left. Still playing base 3-4. We're playing the... Oh, they're throwing a deep bomb. Devin McCourty, Mike Evans one-on-one. And Devin McCourty just able to punch the ball out there. Definitely a scary situation with Devin McCourty. One-on-one with Mike Evans being so much taller. But Devin McCourty doing a great job playing defense there. I think if that was LaMarcus Joyner on our team still, that would have been a definite catch. We're watching underneath. Browning can't get there, though. Able to get the tackle, but it's going to be a first down. And they use their second timeout with 40 seconds left here. We saw it coming, but Browning does not have that kind of quick change of direction and agility to really play that route. And they just throw up a toss-up to Mike Evans, and no one's there. Aaron Rodgers just throwing it so quickly. As soon as he caught the ball, he had thrown kind of a lob up to Mike Evans. But, yeah, again, no one was able to catch that pass. It was not near anyone. And I think they're trying to exploit our zone defense here. And they're, doing a lot of different shifts here. And, oh, this is looking dangerous. They got two receivers streaking downfield. I'm back here with Simmons. Can Tariq pick it? He does. He gets both feet in bounds. He's running downfield. And trying to, run around Taysom Hill, do a little bit of a juke hurdle there. And we're down at the 40 with 30 seconds left. Huge play from Tariq Woolen. And a bit of a bad decision by Aaron Rodgers on that play. Running a little bit of pistol here. Trying to run the ball with Ramondre. Good blocks. Getting outside. One-on-one. Getting the stiff arm. Can't get out of bounds, though. So the clock is going to run. We do have a timeout. We got two more. We got plenty of time. Good run, though, by Ramondre. Only picking up 5 yards on that, though, surprisingly. And we got Cooper downfield again. We're going to toss it up to him one-on-one. He's been playing so well. And he gets tackled, pushed out of bounds, actually, on that play. It's going to be 3rd and 5 with 18 seconds left. We're in field goal range already, but we're looking for shots at the end zone with this much time left. Oh, an overthrown ball, and it gets picked off because of the pressure. Colby trying to get there. And eventually we bring him down, so we do get the interception with Tariq Woolen, but we are not able to capitalize on it because of the overthrow due to the amount of pressure that was on Kirk Cousins there. So a bad ball from Kirk, but, he did not have a clean pocket there. We're playing coverage underneath with Stokes. They're going to use their last time out here with 4 seconds left. I'm guessing they're just going to take a shot at the end zone. And that's what it's looking like. We got Josh Jones back in coverage. I don't like this. Even if he's just playing, deep zone. And Aaron Rodgers just throwing it up as a prayer. No one picks it off. No one catches it for a TD. And that is going to be our half at 10-7. And they're starting the second half with the ball here. And they're in a little bit of I form, so maybe they're kind of switching up their game plan here, running the ball a little bit. And Christian Harris, again, meeting Kenneth Walker at the point of attack. Doing a great job. And he has been all over the place in the last couple of games, absolutely showing his skill set. And they're running a screen, and luckily, no one is there for the catch because I was watching the whole left side of the field. I was not looking at the screen at all. And on 3rd and 10, they're going to be forced to pass here. And the drag could be open. Can we force an incompletion? We can't. We try to get our hand in there with Isaiah Simmons, but Mike Evans is able to hold on to the ball. That's going to be a 1st and 10. We're going to bring a little bit of pressure here in shotgun. Trying to get back in defense. And they got a man streaking. Thank God Aaron Rodgers threw the ball early there because they had a man wide open for a TD if he held on to it for a second longer. And they're passing a lot more than they were. We're getting into big nickel here. We can play a little bit of run defense in big nickel, but we got to get LJ Fort out of this. Because Christian Harris not on the field is a problem. Christian Harris has been absolutely shutting down Ken Walker. And Christian Harris, again, on the pass this time, able to completely snuff out the play, going to Ken Walker again here. And Christian Harris has Ken Walker's number in this game. He knows exactly what he's going to do before he does it. Watching underneath, and he just throws it over the top. Perfect pass by Aaron Rodgers, throwing it over our linebacker's head right to Taysom Hill. And they're getting back into a little bit of a single back here with multiple tight ends in the formation. Looks like it's going to be a run. We are not going to be pass committing like, or run committing like we were earlier in the game on the goal line. And they are down to the 3-yard line, though. They're kind of spacing out, trying to find gaps in the zone coverage here. So we're going to play some man here, do a little bit of a man blitz. And they're in, you know, kind of a strong formation here. They're running it right up the middle. Ken Walker does a little side juke, able to get a yard on that play, but not much more. We were ready for that run. And now they're in I form here. We're not going to run commit like we did before because we have to worry about them passing always. And they run with a fullback, a huge hit. That time I think it was by Calais Campbell. It was. And this time, I form again. We got to worry about a potential pass. We're not run committing. And it's another, oh, it is a play action. We don't, oh. Wow. Okay, well, we almost got the sack, but we didn't quite get it. Luckily, Aaron Rodgers didn't have enough time, so he threw it out of the back of the end zone, and they're going for it on 4th and goal from the 1. And this time, this has got to be a pass, right? This has got to be a pass. It is a pass, and it's a touchdown. To Taysom Hill. Uncovered, wide open on goal line defense. Taysom just left alone for the TD. And they, again, just worked the ball down the field. They took so much time. 12 plays, 75 yards, 5 minutes. And they just take their sweet time marching the ball down the field. They don't want to make mistakes, and they don't. We get there almost on a couple different plays on defense each time. Almost getting a couple interceptions, but, you know, it's just irritating to have to watch that. And Marquise Goodwin almost able to break it away for a TD, bringing it up to the 32. One of his better kick returns on the season. Now we're going to have to be much more explosive on offense here. And I see Cooper Kupp one-on-one here. He does have some safety help. We're going to throw it underneath, though, to Julio, and he comes up with the catch. And Kirk having a solid game aside from that one overthrow he had because he was getting pressured in the pocket. Run a little play action here. Don't see much open. And we take the sack, trying to make a play with our legs. Something that we just can't do with Kirk, and that's one of the few reasons why I want to get rid of him. You know, the throw power has been an issue all season, not being able to throw the deep ball as well as we'd like, but then not able to make a play. Oh, and Cooper Kupp absolutely throwing the DB off of him, and we make a huge mistake. We make a huge mistake. We lob the ball instead of throwing a bullet because he would have been wide open for a free catch. But we give the safety enough time to get back and play that when we shouldn't have. And we throw it over the top, though, to Julio. And on 3rd and 23, we pick up 22 yards. It's going to be 4th and 1. And we're going to be aggressive here, and we're going to be going for it. To start the 4th quarter, Julio having one of his better games, 3 catches for 50 yards. And we got Jameson wide open, and he doesn't hold on to it. I thought he had enough separation to catch it. I went for a possession catch too. But unfortunately, it's going to be incomplete. And now we are down by 4. And they have the ball back. They're in single back here. They got 3 receivers out left. They're doing a little bit of a pitch. And Ken Walker cannot do anything with the ball. Losing 5 yards. It's going to be 8 carries for 8 yards. Averaging only 1 yard per carry. Now in shotgun formation, you know they got to be passing here on 2nd and 15. They would not be crazy enough to run it twice in a row in this situation. And I feel like they're going to be just doing a little curl flats combo or something like that, trying to get some spacing open. And what's that penalty? Is it on offsides on the D? I'm not sure. I don't know who was lined up offsides. Who was that on? On Max Crosby? Huh, that's weird because I never used Max Crosby there, so I'm surprised that, you know, he lined up offsides on that play. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. And coming down, and Tariq Woolen getting a tackle on Ken Walker, his Seahawks teammate. And they're struggling in the run game, but man, they just keep converting on 3rd down, and Aaron Rodgers just continues to get them huge plays when he needs them most. But we finally get some pressure on him, and we force an incompletion, and it's going to be 4th and 8. On the punt return, Cordarrelle, you're going to let it go into the back of the end zone. And we're going to get it at the 20-yard line. 4 minutes left here. You know, definitely not having the same game that we had against the Vikings. And definitely not the same game we had against the Jaguars either. Just, you know, not doing a whole lot. But Ramondre getting a huge gap here. trucking the safety, taking it up almost to the 40-yard line. 5 carries for 22. Almost all of those yards were off of that one carry alone. He has had a tough time getting the run game going. And really, it's not been all his fault. It's been a lot of the blocking here. They have one of the worst rushing defenses in the NFL at 28th, and they have just absolutely shut us down for the most part, aside from that most recent run with Ramondre. We're going to do a little bit of a halfback screen here. Looks like we caught him sleeping, but we can't get the blocks to hold on long enough, and they're able to make a play one-on-one in the screen. This looks like it could be man defense. It's not, it's zone. Cooper open, able to hang on to it, getting down, taking a huge hit from Darius Slay, and Tyus Bowser coming down with an injury. 1st and 10 at this point. Touchdown gives us a huge advantage. Colby Parkinson able to get open here. Just tries to make one man miss. He's so slow, you know, making jukes, but, you know, able to get open on the drag. Huge for us. Faking the jet sweep, getting it over to Julio. Julio's got Cooper as a blocker. I was hoping that Cooper would kind of force his defender inside so we could kind of run it outside there, but the defender does a good job of kind of containing our jet sweep. But we were able to pick up the 1st down. This is going to be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Cooper Kupp one-on-one, able to pick up the catch, almost get the 1st as well. It's going to be 2nd and 3 after the 2-minute warning. Now, something that the defense would never expect is us to do a quick pitch with Ramondre here. I don't know if we should do it, though. Let's do it. Trusting Ramondre to make a play. And, you know, I trusted him to make a play. He got 0 yards, got back to the line of scrimmage. Really, the issue is, you know, not having the blockers there. But 3rd and 3, we got to convert. I trust Cordarrelle here. They got a light box on defense. We got good blocks, and Cordarrelle almost dives into the end zone but gets shoelace tackled down at the 1-yard line. 1.5 minutes left. And at this point, we're going to run a little bit of clock. Now, this has been a risky play in the past. We have Cooper on a run here for an outside zone kind of, with Ramondre as a blocker. And we got less than a minute left now. Worst case scenario is a fumble. But I have confidence that we're going to score a TD here. But worst case scenario is a fumble, and we do have all 3 timeouts. Cooper on the run. We got blockers. He muscles his way into the end zone for the rushing touchdown. And Cooper, with his 1st rushing touchdown of the season, and now has, you know, almost as many as Ramondre. I'm sure Ramondre's pissed about that. He's like, he probably wanted that touch in the end zone there. You probably wanted to score his 4th TD of the season, but we gave it to Cooper. And we match the Jets' drive. They took about 5 minutes. We took about 4 minutes there. And there's 48 seconds left for them to come down, and they need a field goal to tie to go into OT. On the kick return, it's just going to go out of the back of the end zone. And we're going to see what Aaron Rodgers can do here. We've completely shut down the run game against them, but, you know, with 48 seconds left, I don't imagine they're going to be running much at all anyways. They're going to be passing quite a bit. And we got to watch Mike Evans. He is just a threat at all times. We're watching over the middle. Christian Harris almost gets his hands on the ball for a pick, but it's going to be an incompletion, batting the ball away, and that could have been huge for us to end this game. Regardless, Christian Harris having an absolutely fantastic game, as usual. Worrying about everything over the middle. They're throwing it underneath. We're playing outside. Christian Harris able, or not Christian Harris, Isaiah Simmons able to get a hit on Ken Walker, and it's going to be 3rd and 9 now. And we're playing man defense. This is a little bit risky. This is definitely risky. Watching, and Tariq comes back on the ball, makes a play, and gets the interception, and that is going to be the game with 30 seconds left. Our rookies showing out, making huge plays. I could not be more proud of how well they played in this game. 2nd and 7, good stiff arm by Ramondre, bringing a couple more tackles and a great lead block from Kyle Juszczyk. 20 seconds left, and they have one more timeout. We picked up the 1st down on that play, so this is basically the end of the game. We're going to kneel it out after this if they call another timeout. Ramondre breaking a couple more tackles, just adding to the stat sheet a little bit here. And we come into New York in a hostile environment against Aaron Rodgers, who is putting together a couple great drives against our defense. And our defense is able to hold up and keep them to only 14 points in this game. Looking at the stats for this game, Kirk Cousins with 111 passer rating, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Didn't have an absolutely stellar performance. Ramondre, mostly getting his yards in garbage time in this game. Julio with 1 run for 11 yards, and then Cooper Kupp coming in with 1 run at the goal line for a TD. Receiving, Cooper had 100 receiving yards and a touchdown, so just having a great all-around performance. Jameson kind of having one of those 4 catches, 50 yards games, kind of coming back down to earth after having that 200 receiving yard game with 3 TDs. Julio with 3 catches for 50 yards, having one of his better games of the season. And Colby Parkinson kind of came down as well from his 100 receiving yard, 2 TD performance down to 2 catches for 30 yards, which is still a solid performance from our tight end group. On defense, leading the way, Christian Harris having a great game. 7 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, almost an interception to end the game earlier. Leading the way, we had 0 sacks in this game. It's actually, I thought we had at least 1. Interceptions, Tariq Woolen coming up with 2 big picks against Aaron Rodgers. Something that I didn't foresee happening, considering he only had 1 interception on the season. But those are all of our stats for the game. And Christian Harris and Tariq Woolen absolutely showing out. And then Cooper Kupp carrying us on offense. All right, so we're 10-4 now, and the Bears are 9-4. We're going to see here after this week what the stats, what the records are looking like. See if we have a lead in the division. And we do. The Bears took a loss last week, so we're now number 1 in the division, which means that we're at least number 2 in the NFC. And we are, and the Saints are number 1 right now. So the Buccaneers have fallen out of that number 1 spot, and the Saints have taken over. And right now, the Bears are at number 6. Anyways, we are now going to be playing against the 4-10 Panthers in our next episode. We have 3 regular season games left. We have our game against the Panthers. We have a game against the Bears, a rematch in a game we lost 27-2 in our first matchup. And honestly, probably the determining game in whether or not we win the NFC North, because they're only 1 game behind us right now. And then our last game of the season is against the Packers, who are 6-8 right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to playing those last 3 games in our next episode so we can get to the playoffs. I appreciate you guys, and peace.